This is the On Cloudboom Strike LS. It is literally built by a robot. Yes, running fans, welcome back to the channel. Lloyd here at Trackster, and I have been buzzing to talk about this shoe that we've got in the studio today. We've had it for about 5 weeks now. I've done 4 or 5 track sessions in them, and I can finally give you my verdict on whether this shoe right here is worth the investment. It is, of course, from On, and it's their most innovative shoe that we've ever seen from the range. When I said that it was built by a robot, they literally put it on the arm of a robot and spray it on. It's absolutely incredible. And if you actually see close up on the model, you'll see that it's almost like a spider web. It's almost like, it is a sock in a way, but like it's like something I've never ever even seen before. The only thing I can describe it to, if you've never had a pair of these in your hands, is like polystyrene, almost like that sort of material, because at the top of the shoe here, if I just take this shoe tree that comes with the shoe out, you'll see here that it's almost frayed at the top of the model there. Hope you can see that in the light. It isn't frayed and it doesn't fray, it all does stay as one. And when you first bring them out of the box and put them on your feet, they're actually really difficult to get on. Like, I was worried I was gonna rip the shoe, but after wearing it in and my sort of feet heating up a little bit, it was almost like the shoe became part of me and wrapped itself around my foot. And yeah, you don't need laces in shoes anymore, clearly. Now the upper, they've said, is their lightest ever. The light spray material up here is 30 grams. 30 grams, I mean, it's basically nothing. It's literally feather light. And when you've got this in your hand, the heaviest thing about the whole model is the shoe tree they give with you. When you take that out, it's almost like it gets caught in the wind as you throw it. I've been using it in track workouts and they felt pretty good. I've been doing 5k race pace in these and they felt comfortable at that top end speed. They haven't felt like they need further, or you know, some models you can wear and you know that they'd be better for the marathon. These feel light, they feel snappy, and they feel like a real versatile shoe. Like, I feel like I could do a marathon in them, but I feel like I could also do like a mile flat out road race in them or track race in them. Another thing I've noticed whilst wearing the shoe is that some of the design, some of the vinyl, if you like, has started to rub off. It's not a bad thing. It's not like you shouldn't go and get this shoe because of that, but just from my personal experience, some of the wear and tear on the model. So you'll see here on the logo brand there, on the O of On, it started to rub slightly, and also nearer the sole as well, just on the bottom there. But realistically, if you're worried about that, it's not a shoe for you. Ultimately, if it's fast, it feels good, and it looks after your feet, that's the main thing. Now, when we talk about sustainability, it's been a buzzword over the last 12 to 18 months in the running shoe market. On have come out and said that their upper reduces carbon emissions by 75% compared to their previous uppers. So it's great to see that On are focusing on sustainability while still keeping shoes fast and, if anything, making them faster. So with an upper weighing 30 grams, the entire weight of this UK men's size 10 is 170 grams. So it's one of the lightest shoes that we have ever seen, if not the lightest. You need to correct me on that one in the comments, but it is seriously a light, not just in the stats, but also when you've got it on your feet, you just feel like you're wearing socks, and that just makes you feel fast. There are shoe nerds out there, I know that, watching this video. You will be interested about the foam, you will be interested about so much more. So I'm going to refer to the On website because some of these words I've never heard of, I have no idea what they mean, but hopefully they help you decide whether this shoe is for you. Now, the shoe's midsole features 2 layers of Helium HF Hyperfoam. That is a Pebax formula made with 40% bio-based raw materials and a speedboard. That is On's version of a carbon plate, sandwiched between the foam to aid propulsion, and there's a 4mm heel-to-toe drop. Now, I've seen a few people wear these on Instagram and TikTok and other platforms where they're not wearing socks, and I actually saw a guy run a marathon in these without socks, and his feet were just sheared to pieces. There was blood seeping through. I've worn socks every single time I've worn this shoe. The only shoes I'll ever wear without socks are spikes on the track, and for me, wear socks, save your feet. When did they come out? Well, we haven't got an exact date, annoyingly, but On have come out and said that autumn / the winter. So no doubt they'll release these around a race, probably something like one of the major marathons when one of their key athletes is racing, but we're yet to get an exact date. And finally, the price. It's no surprise with the technology, innovation and effort that has gone into this that these shoes are not cheap, and they're going to retail at £330 if you're in the UK and $330 if you are in the US. So they are at the top end of the price bracket, but My review, genuinely, after wearing these for 5 hard track workouts, is that they are a very good racing shoe. I can go as far as saying as that they are like nothing else I've owned. They feel completely different to any other carbon racer that I've worn previously. And even though we didn't pay for these, we were gifted these from On, and we're not being paid for this review, I like the idea that I'm running in a shoe that has technology that no other running shoe has. So, is this your next running shoe? Is this your next marathon racing shoe? Only time will tell, but it's going to be interesting to see once these do hit the market properly, how many people will make the jump for that price tag and how many people are just going to be intrigued by this light spray upper.